Dominic Perrottet says, think of your kids. Now, Perrottet's thrown money at everything, debt piled on debt. What's that doing to our kids? I mean, how do you address this? Mark Latham, you and Mark Latham, the One Nation Party, have said this can't go on. In fact, Mark Latham did a magnificent speech in the Parliament on in relation to that last budget, but this has got to be addressed, surely.
Yeah, well, the latest announcements from Perrottet to the super for kids, what it ends up meaning, Alan, is that in one hand you're handing $400 to a child, and on the other you're giving them a $17,000 debt. You're riddling the next generation and the future generations of our country with enormous debt. I don't know if that's a gift. I think it's actually a burden, and it's surprising that it's coming from a Liberal government. It's not a gift at all. It's a huge burden, and the type of debt is just escalating.
I've been, Tania, as you know, I've been a Liberal supporter all my life. I can't cop a budget. I can't advocate voting for this government. I think it needs to be thrown out, and I think it needs to be trashed at the election, and the Liberal Party might start again. I can't cop a budget which increases expenditure by 26.5% and then continues in the election campaign throwing billions of dollars at everything. I mean, we've got to promote less of a reliance on government, which is what Mark Latham is saying. I mean, education, economy, what about energy? The Liberals are no different from Labor. They want to demonise coal and gas. How do you keep the lights on, Tania Mihailuk?
Well, you're right. They are demonising coal, gas, uranium, you name it. We're a state that's so rich with natural resources, and yet we won't tap into these resources at all. The race to renewables, 100% renewables, is just the race to the bottom. And in the end, it'll be people that will suffer, cost of living pressure. The costs are just astronomical when it comes to energy pricing, and it's unnecessary given how rich we are with resources in New South Wales. And what I think people are most concerned about is you have a Liberal government that should be socially and economically, particularly economically conservative, and they're not. They should be supporting these industries, our natural resources industries, and they're not. Matt Keane and his agenda is really destroying the Liberal Party, and that's the message I'm getting out there. I was at his polling place today. I was at Hornsby today, Alan, where people were quietly telling me that they were tired of the Liberal Party.
So what are you saying to voters on Saturday in a way that they can understand? I've been saying that this state's in a powerless position. Intelligent people like you, Mark Latham, Amit Batish, Colin Grigg, give them the vote in the upper house and a lot of this nonsense will be prevented. What are you saying to the voters that are watching you now?
Well, we hope to be the balance of power, Alan. We hope to be the voice of reason. We hope to be the advocates of common sense policies. We think that the Liberal Party have completely failed this state. It's not the Labor Party that are going to win this Saturday. It's the Liberal Party that's going to lose. They've let the people down. They have vacated the social and economic conservative space in New South Wales, and they will they'll lose this Saturday. There's no doubt about that. They are handing government over to a Labor and Greens minority government, and that's what will end up happening, I think, on Saturday, to the great detriment to the people of New South Wales. And the message that One Nation is saying is give us a vote in the upper house because we want to be the voice of reason for the people of New South Wales. We will be. We will watch what they're doing in that lower chamber, and we will actually be a proper opposition to that sort of madness. At the moment, I'm concerned the Liberal Party is just no different from the Labor and Greens.
Absolutely.